We've Got Next, written by Chris Ortiz and illustrated by Constance Mora. Forward. I have been lucky enough to be in public education for close to 20 years now. My job is to educate the youth to the best of my ability. Without question, though, it is the young people that have gone on to teach me much more than I have taught them. This book is about those young people that do not fit the mold when it comes to the traditional school experience. Some kids are not meant to sit at a desk for 8 hours and to be silent. They require movement, have a need to be heard, and have passions outside the core curriculum. With a little time and maturity, they end up doing fine in life. These kids tend to color outside the box, and unfortunately, that is not a skill that is admired and celebrated in our setting. This book is a shout out to those young people. Continue to do you. In a world of carbon copies, dare to be unique and different. To the teachers whose classrooms they enter, continue to educate them to the best of your ability, regardless of how frustrating it can be. The seeds we plant do bloom, but it is not at a time of our choosing. Walking up and down the hall, I see so much opportunity and call. My natural instinct is to sell the salty and sweet that I know so well. Friends, strangers, and even teachers make requests. After all, I have the treats they love the best. How can I put a smile on their face and yet get in so much trouble all in one place? It's hard for me to understand because I see a need that has to be met, but the adults in the building seem to get quite upset. The rules state I shouldn't make money selling gum. Then why is it that people are giving me all of their funds? The point of education is to create wealth and gain knowledge. But I get in trouble for making money, which could help pay for my college. The handbook states it's wrong, but I'm a different kind of beast. I am wired differently. We are not the same, not even in the least. I am in trouble again, so off to the principal's office I go. Apparently, I'm rude and always putting on a show. It feels natural to question everything and ask why. Normally, I don't go along with the status quo. I am not that guy. For me, I require a deeper understanding. Because I told you so doesn't work, and an explanation is what I'm demanding. I will argue a point until the bitter end. I am precise with every detail and know the law of the land. Sometimes I point out the hypocrisy between student and teacher. The rules should apply to all, even our educational leaders. I hate to see fellow students crying and upset in the hall. My instinct tells me to counsel them and leave a card. One day I will defend the poor, weak, and disenfranchised. Today, though, I will just help my friend who got shorted some French fries. As I walk around the school, all I see is red. Each day feels as if I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed. My blood boils, but I have no idea why. Half the time I feel rage, the other half I spend crying. I have a really hard time maintaining friends. It starts off good, but that is never how it ends. Very few people understand how I feel. People believe my intensity is fake, but I can assure you it's very real. Fighting seems to flood my mind while I'm in class. I daydream about hitting the heavy bag just to make the time pass. Sometimes I'll ask myself, could I take that guy down? Jab, jab, straight right, followed by a left hook, will put him on the ground. Parry, slip, roll, right hand, left foot. Sometimes I wonder, could I knock my teacher out? Then I noticed his ears like cauliflower. I may not want to go down that route either. Sometimes my mind wanders and my pencil goes astray. I do my best to listen, but instead, I just doodle away. The edges of my paper call me to fill the empty space. Buildings, dragons, cars, or maybe just a silly face. My teachers and parents say school is important, but it's hard for me to see. All I want to do is create the landscape that inhabits my dreams. In no way, shape, form, or manner do I mean to be rude, but doodling on my notes puts me in such a better mood. I dream about painting the ceilings of a chapel. I can also see myself sketching a perfectly rounded apple. My heart yearns for art, but there is never enough time. My core subjects make me feel as if I'm losing my mind. I am an artist through and through. School is important, but I know what I'm destined to do. I am unique and can't be contained in a box. My imagination wanders, and I begin to sketch a fox. I am addicted to the spotlight and just want to shine. It is hard to sit quietly for 8 hours. It feels like wasted time. My teacher said something, and I started to chuckle. The gears in my head are turning, and I have to give a comedic rebuttal. I love it when the class erupts in laughter. It is the only part of the school day that makes me feel as if I matter. I do love learning, but not about these particular subjects. I understand school is important, but I am not in love with it. I want to learn about comedy, timing, and presentation. I stomach history, but really dislike multiplication. I know where my talents and passions lie, making people laugh and giving them the time of their life. I once got in trouble, and my teacher proceeded to say, "If you don't shut your mouth, you will miss out on college one day." I looked at her, rolled my eyes, and took a big gasp. And then I said to myself, "Guess who will have the last laugh?" "Snap out of it, Chris," is a common phrase directed at me. If they only knew what goes on in my head and the things that I see. I look at objects and wonder how I can improve upon the design. No need to reinvent the wheel. Let's just make it more streamlined. My brain works differently. It wants to adapt and create. It sees problems as opportunities, which keeps me up late. You see that broken table lying there on the ground? I do not believe it is garbage, and to me, a solution can be found. I mean no disrespect if it looks as if I'm not paying attention. A light bulb just went off in my head for my next great invention. One day, people will know my name for all the right reasons. Unfortunately, it's not at school, because it's not my season. I wish the teachers could see the world through my eyes. I do value their teachings, but wish I had more to apply. Just remember, when you catch me staring out into space, that my mind is working on making the world a much better place. I look at things and wonder to myself, how does that work? Engineering is so interesting. Angles, design, and creating torque. The teacher is instructing and utilizing a digital whiteboard. The subject matter is okay, but I am more interested in the light source. I'm given an assignment and I'm supposed to submit virtually. She receives, grades, and returns it in 30 minutes. How can that be? She hands me a book and asks me to read it out loud. But I am stuck in deep thought trying to figure out how a computer emits sound. I am not dumb, lazy, or disrespectful in any way. It's just I would rather dissect a diesel engine on this particular day. I am not great at reading, writing, or arithmetic. I am far too interested in figuring out what makes that clock tick. I can't help that the subject matter does not capture my attention or interest me. After all, I am built a little differently, and that is what makes me unique. I dream of performing underneath the bright lights. Today on a cafeteria stage, tomorrow Broadway on a Saturday night. I can't help but to sashay through the open door as I imagine being called up to receive my Tony Award. The halls are my runway and the classroom my stage. Sitting at my desk for an hour at a time is extinguishing my flame. Sometimes I ask to go to the restroom even if I don't really need to go. It's more about obtaining movement that feeds my heart and soul. The muse inside encourages me to sing and dance. But the student code of conduct says that I can't. Walk quietly in the hallways and don't clown around. I can't. After all, I am one viral video away from being found. Anytime and any place can be my moment. When the time is right, I'll grab it, seize it, and own it. Read and write, that's all I want to do. After all, getting lost in a good book beats the heck out of school. I can be a vampire, superhero, or king of the world. I can even be the villain and kidnap the beautiful girl. Please do not take offense if you see my nose in a book. I know when I get caught, my goose will be cooked. The characters inside are just so interesting, you see. Their journeys, hardships, and victories inspire me. Dialogue so rich, communication at its finest. A love and hate relationship amplified to its highest. A setting so descriptive, I imagine that I am actually there. Reality fades away as I enter the dragon's lair. Please don't get upset if I temporarily leave this realm. I have a kingdom to save, even if I'm only a little girl. When I crack open a good book, there is nothing I can't do. An adventure awaits me, so I guess I'll be seeing you soon. I walk through the door, wiping the sleep from my eyes. Tired and cranky from watching my siblings late last night. My teachers think I find their subject matter bland and boring. The truth is, I'm exhausted helping with homework, cleaning, and cooking. I place my head down to catch a few minutes of rest. By the time I open my eyes, I have missed half the test. So many responsibilities await me when I get home. School is on the back burner. Parenting is my primary role. My mom works 2 jobs, which gives me some extra responsibility. Stepping up and doing what is right is not what's easy. My attention is divided between chores and homework. As a result, my grades suffer, and boy, does that hurt. I love school and the process of obtaining knowledge. My goal is to work hard and one day be the first to attend college. I hope and pray that my teacher understands that I am only 11, but my situation forces me to be a man. I look at the clock and can't wait until it says 3:30. When the bell rings, it's out the door and time to get dirty. I love to work hard and put my skills to the test. The only problem, it's not with the pencil, paper, or desk. I feel like a square peg that's being forced into a round hole. I can make it work, but that is not where it's meant to go. I get labeled because I would rather dribble a ball than read a book, break the defender's ankles, and leave them shook. There are multiple intelligences, and mine is bodily kinesthetic. I'm a little bit musical, but struggle with logical mathematics. I know where my strengths lie, and it's not on a paper test. Put me in a gym, weight room, or field, and I'll show you who's the best. My intelligence does not seem to be valued at school. I'm constantly reprimanded for breaking all the rules. Much like the wild stallion, I am meant to be free, running the sprawling plains and beautiful prairies. I love learning. That is kind of my thing. Sometimes I speak out of turn because there is so much to say. I study the material before my instructor teaches it. The subject brings me joy, and now I want to preach it. Getting in trouble happens quite frequently. My teacher says I talk too much, and I should try listening. I can't help but blurt out the correct answer in class. I know the answer because I worked it out in my head really fast. One day, I hope to be at the head of the class. They will call me a teacher one day, and I will help all my students pass. On occasion, I will correct the teacher, not a wise choice. She pierces my soul with her glare, and then raises her voice. It's just the teacher and me and my thirst for sharing knowledge. One day, it will be seen as an asset and help my students get into college. When I'm at school, I can't help but be overcome with emotion. I can sense what others are feeling, and sometimes it's overwhelming. My favorite activity in school is to sit back and people watch. It's so much more interesting than that dot and whisker plot. I get it. Without good grades, I will not be able to attend college. But I am on a quest, and it is for a different kind of knowledge. People and their beautiful minds are what interest me. I wish to study people and help them with their stress and anxiety. As a result, I get sidetracked and forget to start on assignments. Right now, I'm observing the nervous wreck and wondering, why is he crying? I notice Billy asleep and slobbering all over his desk. I'm curious as to why Jill is brilliant but keeps failing all her tests. Why does Ethan feel the need to be so braggadocious? And why the heck is Kelly so hyper and in perpetual motion? These are all questions that run through my head. Wanting to help those who struggle is what keeps my soul fed.